XFM 104.9, kicking off there with the Dandy Warhol Steve.
Sure.
Ricky Gervais Show. With me, Steve Merchant.
Well, then always let me say that.
Well, I thought you would...
What?
Well, it's 1:05, isn't it?
Already an error has occurred.
Yeah,
it's a shame, because it could have been slick.
But, Steve, we've got some great music. I've been on a bit of a soul tip this week, to be honest. Yeah, I was a bit of a folky last week, but, you know, you got stuff from, like, early Bowie, some Stevie Wonder, a little bit of Groove Armada. We've got the classics. We've got Coldplay, we've got Blur, we've got Ash.
Sure.
We haven't planned anything for the show.
Got nothing, have you? You're just reading the list
of songs that I might play.
Thinking that will fill up some time.
Oh, no.
Anything interesting happened to you over the week? Nope.
No, I just swore off air, and Carl went, never swear in an on-air studio.
I love it when Carl tries to sound like he's professional and understands the business.
Yeah.
You don't fool us, Carl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could buy like a Carl, you know, like those Garfields you can stick on a car window.
Oh yeah.
I reckon we should be able to get a car like that we could send out as a gift to people.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't
Just
it?
this little face pressed up against the glass, like a window licker.
Yeah, like you'd have to lick his face to stick it
Yeah,
there.
that'd be a joy.
Oh, bless him. Or one of those things you throw out a window and it sort of like flaps down. They sell them for £1.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they called?
those little dancing
baby
cars.
Pigeons. That's what we used to use. Or frogs from the pond.
Sure,
That's cruelty to animals, and I don't condone that, and it was a joke before the RSPCA phone in and say stop throwing frogs at windows.
Well, people who are listening...
And I don't mean the French, by the way. That sounds like xenophobic before... someone calls in and says stop throwing French people at windows. Yeah. So I'm digging myself into a hole here, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's all gone horribly wrong.
Mention the Germans and then this guy.
yeah. I don't mind the Germans.
No, good.
Carl,
I wonder if people know what Carl looks like in the wide world. Is there any reason why they should have you ever featured on anything, or?
He's like Moby, he looks like Moby.
He does look like Moby, yeah. That's what it does.
Does that help?
Is that a compliment?
Sort of a Moby who's...
Mank.
Had a bit of a tough paper round when he was younger.
Yeah, that's right.
A bit more knackered than Moby.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. See, I think Moby's great. He's one of those people that every opens his mouth, I sort of, I'd love to be mates with him. He talks sense, he's interesting, he's lovely. I don't like his records. There's nothing I can do about that. If I ever become top mates with him, and after about a few years of us like driving around and having a party, I'll go, Moby, I've never liked anything you've ever done.
Is that what you do with your mates? Just drive round? What are you, 16?
Never. I've never done that.
Go to a car park and just do handbrakes.
Never. I haven't done that since I was like 17, when like it was great to someone had a car.
You couldn't believe that you were just moving.
I remember once, right, my mate, Bob had a car, and there was me and another friend in it, and we were young, about sort of 18, and he did a U-turn when he shouldn't, and this motorbike hit him and came off, and the music, it was just turning me down. It was really, really bad, right? And he was there, and he was really worried, and the motorbike bloke was dazed, and he went, "You okay? I'm really sorry." And the bloke said, "Yeah." And I put my head out the window and went, "Sorry about that, mate. That's the third one today." And this motorbike just looked at him, and he went, "No, don't do that, Gervais. Why'd you do that? Why'd you say that?" I just thought it'd be funny. I didn't really understand the severity of this.
Have I told on the radio before about that time when I just passed my test and I was driving my parents' Volvo estate, and we went off driving down some country lanes? Have I mentioned
Is this the one with the...
Yeah. I've told you, have I?
Yeah.
Have I told you, Carl?
No, go on.
Well, then maybe I'll tell you a bit later on.
Let's play a record.
I'll tell you that.
There's a great anecdote about a Volvo estate coming up.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff you're getting on XFM this Saturday afternoon.
Do you want some Coldplay or what?
Oh, I'd love to.
Coldplay. Don't panic. That's the title of the song as well as what I was saying. In fact, I was just saying the title of the song, if I'm being honest, making it sound like it was Conversation, XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show, with Steve Merchant.
Thanks.
You were going to tell us a little story about a
Just
Volvo
passed my
estate.
test.
Yeah.
My parents had a big Volvo estate, and it's quite a big car to drive.
My parents didn't have a car.
But I know you don't drive cars, Rick, but it's got a big car to drive if you just passed your test.
It's safe though, isn't it?
It is very safe, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And, I come from, the West Country, obviously, there's quite a lot of windy lanes in there.
No, you're joking, do you?
They have cars there.
Well, here he comes. Blimey, Carl.
Learned on a tractor, automatic it was.
Do you want me to tell it or not?
Oh! Don't give up the accent! Oh no, I'm not a Wurzel, go on. Go on.
So I went to this party.
You have a go at him being from the north.
Not when he's telling an anecdote.
He's never told an anecdote.
Oh yeah, fair point.
Yeah, go on.
so I went to a party, and I was quite excited because I had the car, I had the motor, and there was a chick heading down to the party that I was like, you know, I had my eye on. And I thought, you know, now I've got a car, and going to the party, it's gonna be amazing, right?
You glass
And
eyed,
various friends had said, like, can we get a lift? I thought, yeah, groovy.
Yeah,
I'll pick up the chick as well, who was a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
So cruising down to the party in the motor, you know, the Volvo estate, and there's nothing sexier than that. You know, slipping a little bit of Billy Joel on the stereo or whatever, something classy.
Go changing.
Exactly. And maybe it was Billy Ocean. I think maybe I was quite a Billy.
Maybe it
Billy
was
face.
get out of my dreams, get into my car.
Ideally.
Yeah.
So I get to the party, and inevitably it was one of those house parties where the chick that I had my eye on, she kind of was chatting to other guys, and she wasn't really paying attention to me, and I was sort of
Saying how to get, was she again?
same old story.
Oh, they make me
They know
laugh.
how to tease, don't they, the
make me
ladies?
laugh. Who are they kidding?
Oh. So I'd follow her like a dog, you know, from room to room.
Yeah.
And watch
Quite
her while,
literally, sometimes he was barking.
Yeah.
Go on.
and while, you know, just watch her while she talked to other blokes. And then, obviously because I was driving, I wasn't drinking, so I was not really enjoying myself. And then somebody said, should we go and pick up Vera? And I thought, right, okay. And they went, Steve's got a car, let's all leap in there, we'll go pick up Vera. And this girl was like up for it as well, so I thought, brilliant, you know, I'll be back in the car with her, you know, away from all these lads.
Yeah.
One guy she had her eye on, he came as well, I was a little bit annoyed.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in the car, so I'm driving down these country lanes, just driving along, and they're directing me, they're saying, go left here, go right. And then suddenly, we stop, and, one of them goes, just drive into that field, this pitch black field, right? And I'm sort of, well, it is my parents' car. Just drive in the field, Steve. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to, like, not seem like I'm a hard, cool, crazy kind of guy, because the chick's in the car. So drove the car into the field, they all leapt out, started running off into the darkness, shouting, Vera, 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 where are you? So I'm just sort of sat there in the car, waiting.
Wasn't Vera Lynn, was it? Because she likes to hide in fields.
Bizarrely, it wasn't.
Right.
It was just, I was just left in the car on my own with Billy Ocean, and suddenly, out of the darkness, they come back holding a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig that they had stole from a nearby farm, and they knew that the pig was called Vera because someone knew the farmer or something. Anyway, so they got this pig. So now they're going, "I'll put the pig in the back of the car. We'll take it back to the party. It'll be hilarious." I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm not sure I want a pig and all its, you know, piggy crap in the car, right, crammed in there. But they say, yeah. So obviously, I'm thinking again, I don't want to look like I'm, you know, a nerd. You know, I'm terrified of that, Rick, ever happens.
Yeah.
So,
So you go, hey, bring the pig into the car.
Exactly.
I'm no nerd.
Exactly.
Yeah, go on.
So now we drive off again. I got this pig kind of screeching in the back of the car, and they say, stop again, let's do some cow tipping. And they do that old thing, you know, about the fact because cows sleep standing up, don't they? So you can push a cow over and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're having a wild time, hilarious. So this time, now we get to a sort of dead end in the road, and they say, well, turn around, let's go back to the party. And I'm thinking, fine. Try and do a 3-point turn in this very narrow country lane, right? Get the Volvo estate wedged horizontally across the road. Can't get it out, just can't seem to sort it out. I don't know what, I'm panicking because there's a pig in the car, right? And, local disgruntled farmers, right? People drunk, partying, probably off their head on some kind of weed, Rick.
Was it loads of blokes with, like, pitchforks and flaming torches
Exactly.
going, burn him. He's playing with our pig.
Exactly that. And so that, do you know, I was so terrified that all I could think was they're gonna have to send a helicopter to lower a magnet onto the top of the car to lift the car up and put it the right way round.
You used to read a lot of comics, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I started doing?
What?
Crying.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
So started crying, just very slightly, started getting upset. And the other guy that the girl fancied, he had to get into the driving seat and sort it out for me by slowly edging forward
So
and
that's
backwards.
the worst bit of the whole story.
Yeah, edging slowly back and forwards. He just sorted it out, just slowly worked the car back round, and then we were off.
You're just gently weeping.
Just gently
where
weeping in the back.
The bloke had just taken the bird that you saw from a distance.
Exactly.
That was basically your wife in your head by then.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it? I can't
We were
believe it.
happily married with a pig for a child.
Don't joke, that could happen.
I know.
The pigs come, if you like.
Sorry?
What?
What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
When you do what, Carl?
What? What did you say? No, what did you say? Because I don't want to have to go to the radio authority again. What did you say then? Just remember.
We are going out live, Carl.
Yeah, remember Tom Binns, right? What did you say?
What I'm saying is, why were they shouting Vera? Because pigs don't come to the name, do they?
Hey? I don't know the ins and outs of pig, you know, how to lure a pig into your trap.
Can I just tell you some very, very interesting things about pigs?
Please do.
Right. One, everyone knows they have a corkscrew-shaped penis, right?
Yeah,
A corkscrew-shaped
Yeah.
penis. That's the tail, isn't it?
Two, they can't look up. They can't put their head back and look up, right? Three, they can have a 30-minute orgasm.
Rick, is it only pigs that have got a corkscrew-shaped penis?
No, and landlords.
Okay.
Very handy.
Here's one for you.
Go on.
Like insect facts and stuff.
Go on.
If a man was a flea,
You could jump over St Paul's Cathedral.
no,
What?
wrong. It's gone up now. It's the big wheel. The big wheel.
The Millennium
Gone up
Wheel.
now. It's gone up now. Play a record. You're the best. Ash, there's a star on XFM 104.9. Now, Steve.
Yes.
Carl text messaged me in the week, very excited, because he just watched a programme that proved me and you were stupid. Remember we sort of championed the anti-supernatural?
Yes. Sceptical view.
We're just absolutely sceptical about things like that. We're atheists. We don't believe in ghosts, anything like that. Anything supernatural. We're followers of James Randi, a genius of our times. But Carl saw something that proved us wrong. I'd like Carl to tell you what this proof was, what he saw on, and look at him. Go on then.
It was on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I was watching. You see, the problem is I didn't get the full story, so you could pick holes out of it.
Sure.
Unlike your usual investigations into the supernatural.
Which are
It was
thorough.
called, can I just say what the programme was called?
Mr. Exorcist.
Oh, brilliant.
So
Sounds like an academic work to me.
Yes.
the bit that I caught, I just flicked it over, sort of seeing what's on the telly, and I thought, oh, Exorcist, I've seen it, but there's nothing else, and I watch it, and then I realised it wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'll have a bit of this. And there was an old woman and a daughter, and as far as I was aware, the bit I picked up on, they were saying, oh, you know, it's dreadful, and unless you've been through it, you know, you've had ghosts in your house and that, you really don't know what it's like.
Yeah, sure.
And the main thing that seemed to be getting them down was the fact that the budgie was getting stressed.
The budgie was getting stressed.
Because animals can sense the other side,
Oh,
can't
okay.
they?
Can they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And how was that manifesting itself? You don't know. What was the budgie doing?
I think it just wasn't happy.
Right. Did it explain that to people, or
No,
how
you
did
know,
it express that?
budgies are known for being chirpy, aren't they?
I see, and it
And
wasn't chirping.
It normally swings on its little perch and that. And
Just depressed, because it was
Right.
possessed.
It was just sat around in its pyjamas.
so
No, come on,
So-
Steve,
so-
come on, Steve, you're making this a mockery. So the budgie was depressed because he could sense the ghost.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then so
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
this Mr. Exorcist came
Yeah.
round.
Was that his name?
Yeah,
Okay.
Was he a priest or something?
yeah, he might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I picked up.
Did he have like a black coat with a little white collar? That's usually the.
He had his coat on, so you couldn't tell.
No, sure. Okay.
But so he came round and he sort of did his thing,
Yeah.
and then
And was
the
he trying?
next shot,
Was he trying to exorcise the budgie?
No,
the
the
ghost.
house.
Right.
The
I
house,
see. It
yeah.
wasn't that the budgie had a
He was
demon or
clearing the
anything.
house
No.
out.
Okay.
No, this
So-
wasn't a possession, was it? This was a straightforward. It wasn't a poltergeist or anything. It was just a.
Well, a haunted house.
Yeah, but there's
Sure.
that's the thing he was saying. He was saying you can have like your ghouls and that aren't that bad, that aren't going to cause you any
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
obviously the budgie, they've got weak hearts and that, haven't they? and
Sure.
As
So
a-
so he go on. So how-
so anyway, basically he sorted it out, did whatever he did, and the next shot you see is like the budgie making a noise and swinging
It's
the
happy
lights
again.
over the moon again, and the old woman was like happy because she was
she couldn't
getting
believe it.
stressed.
Yeah.
And that's
The priest didn't come in and go, well, you should feed that bird. Give it a bit of millet. It was happy. He goes, right.
no,
See you
it's-
later. No. It was a. So
Because budgies are. My mum's got a budgie, and they're fairly happy all the time, aren't they? So it's got to be something very odd.
Right.
You never see a budgie sitting down going, I feel like topping myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Though.
No.
Do you know
no.
you can have like a moody dog? You can see a dog when it's unhappy if it's walking
Yeah.
down the street.
You can have a moody canary, can't you? And what they do is they often tell the police what you've been doing. They're known for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
So basically,
So that for you is proof that the supernatural exists. A bird in a cage got a little bit annoyed, wasn't chirping as much as it normally did. Who knows why? There could have been a little draft up its, and
Cloaca.
exactly.
That's
Anyway,
a medical term.
Anyway, a man came in and did whatever he did.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend.
Mr. Exorcist, though, Steve.
Yeah.
This wasn't any bloke off the street. This was Mr. Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So.
for you, that's the proof that there is.
just because like if it was a person, you go, oh, they're playing up for the camera.
Yeah.
you know,
A budgie could possibly act like that, Steve.
yeah, I see what you mean. You're saying a budgie would not be trying to. It wouldn't be trying to become famous. or
No,
just want to get
not
on the
like
telly.
not like Lassie.
No, sure.
It was
sure.
basically a show off.
Yeah, or
So-
Champion the Wonder Horse.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think
I've changed my tune, Rick. I don't know about you.
I have, and I think we should play a record.
I'd love to get Mr. Exorcist in. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Never dabble with things you don't understand.
Sorry.
Like women. See what I did there?
Oh, he's turned that back on me.
Blur. Boys and girls.
Girls and boys. Embarrassed to say.
Blur. Girls and boys there, Steve, on XFM 104.9. So, it's not so bad, really, because we didn't plan anything, you know.
No.
We proved the supernatural. We were wrong about that.
Well, just one other question. Was there anything else in this woman's house that led her to believe that there were ghosts, or was it just the fact that, you know, Tweety or whatever his name was, wasn't chirping?
You see, this is the problem. I was watching UK Style. I was watching something on that.
What were you watching on that?
It was, do you know, it's not changing rooms. It's like that, but cheaper.
Quite seriously, right? You might be the most interesting man in the world. I'm fascinated by it. I'd like to follow you. I'd like to have a hidden camera on you. I can ask you any question. You know, I'd like to have you in a cupboard in my flat. So I just think about it, I wonder what Carl thinks of that. And I'd just throw something at you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what my dad did. Just kept me in the cupboard.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
I wonder what Carl would
You're
think
never
about
stuck
this.
for a conversation point if Carl's around. That's
No,
what's genius about it.
he's always got an opinion. He's got an opinion about everything.
Yeah.
It's
But I love the
fantastic.
fact he was watching UK Style without a shadow of irony.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No,
He's
that's,
just
that's,
like-
what, that's what I like about him.
Exactly, that's what's
I wouldn't
brilliant.
like it if he was trying to be
No, he's not.
kitsch
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I like it because he's down the line, straightforward, no nonsense.
Yeah.
This is what I like. You know what I mean? He's going to be sort of like Jeffrey Boycott, Dickie Bird when he's about like 60 or 70. He's going to get on a bus and go to the driver somewhere, you need an haircut, you look like a scruffy get. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
going to be a great old bloke that you
Genius.
he doesn't get chinned in the pub.
Yeah.
Right, people protect him, you know, because he's like 70 or something. But it's great. You're looking forward. You're actually in that nod. That nod went. I can't wait to be 70.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Can I make a suggestion that we just get people, they can email in just questions or comments they'd like to hear from Carl. Maybe they just want to know his opinion on the Afghanistan situation.
Yeah, like,
or
you know, like
last
it
night's Coronation Street, whatever.
Yeah, like they do it, you know, in the NME or imagine that coming up to the election, they go, Billy says Labour. Oh,
Yeah.
Carl.
I think the Sun has White Van Man. Each
Oh,
day
right.
they interview a guy who drives a white van, see his opinions on various topics. Carl is very much our white man van. White
Yeah.
man van.
Yeah.
So
I think-
any query you have,
I think most of our listeners are,
any
to be honest.
opinion that you would like to hear voiced from the K-Man, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, or you can phone in, I forget what the number is.
Doesn't matter, does it?
700 800 1234.
Sweet.
Now, it's time for our first regular feature of the day. That film sounds good.
That film sounds good.
I stopped the film reviews because I've done all the films that are 9 or
Yep.
10 out of 10. I don't want to
Yep.
drop my standards.
Absolutely.
This is a feature where it's a soundtrack of a film where I like the single from it and might want to see the film, might have seen the film. Today is our first request.
Right, interesting.
This is for Martin, who wants to hear Live in the City by Stevie Wonder, and it's
Genius.
from Jungle Fever.
Let's hear it.
Well, I love the song and I love the
Absolute
film.
classic.
Living for the City.
Genius.
Stevie Wonder.
The man's
From
a god.
the film Jungle Fever.
Absolutely.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
Well, not to be confused with Living in the City, which I think is a Desiree track. So
now
never
you
did
know,
that.
'cause you're a huge
But
Desiree fan.
we were grooving along to that. It's a great, not my favourite Stevie Wonder track. I actually, for He's Mr. Know-It-All, but a great track. Stevie Wonder's just fantastic anyway. And during that, we just had heads down, we just like, you know, just enjoying the moment. We said turn it up, didn't we? We liked it. Carl, just halfway through, just looking at me, he's got a driving licence.
Yep.
I went, what? He went, he's got a driving licence. I went, as he went, yeah, just for his own land. I went, you don't need a driving licence for your own land. He went, you might be right. He said, who else is blind?
I remember hearing something. It was someone famous
Right.
who shouldn't have a driving licence,
Well,
and they have. And I'm sure
a lot
it's
of people.
I'm sure it was someone who's blind. But you're right. It's a bit of an odd one.
isn't it? No, but don't forget, this hasn't just happened, this is in your head. So you can't say that and go, isn't that weird? How did that happen? It's in your head, don't forget, at the moment. There is no proof
There's
of
no
this.
proof of that.
You can't say something and then go, isn't that strange? You said it.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? We didn't just see something happen out the window. Yeah, you know, do you see what I'm saying? What's in your head and what happened and all that? What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking. Who's that other fella?
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Why would he have a driving licence? He's blind as well. I think it's the blind thing we've got a problem with. It's the idea of people who are blind driving cars that's maybe made us question that. I mean, Stevie may have a driving licence. I very much doubt that he's passed his test.
No.
He probably hasn't even... I mean, he could have done the theory one, maybe. But
And
that's touchscreen.
And until Labradors actually are allowed on the Queen's Highway,
Exactly.
I don't think we'll see many blind people driving
I
cars.
might be wrong.
You might be, mightn't you? Oh, we hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you might be wrong.
Could well be
Well,
wrong.
there's a start. I fancy a bit of Ed Hardcore about now.
Well, Rick, you've embarrassed yourself because his name's Harcourt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just play the song, Carl. Just mop up this ugly mess. Still to come, loads of our other features, of course, including Hip Hop Hooray!
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club and Love Burns, XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
My name's Steve Merchant.
Carl, what's your name?
I press the buttons.
That's it.
Carl, I press the button.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. He's
People
got
are loving the K-Man, aren't they?
They are. People are saying they love him. He's just. Oh.
He is, he's
I think we've created a whole new Will McDonald.
I like to think so.
Yeah. Or Gordon the Gopher.
I used to have a show in Manchester.
You
Did
used to
ya?
host a show?
Yeah, overnights.
What kind of things was it? What kind of stuff?
What sort of tip were you on?
Phone-ins and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did a phone-in?
Not a proper one.
What did people phone in about?
No, they didn't. That was what the problem. There was no phones. Go on.
No, just, you know, how things were going and that.
Problems. Were you like an agony uncle?
Kind of.
That's amazing. Imagine that. Imagine sending someone to Carl. You got problems? Is it delicate? We'll go to Carl Pilkington.
Hang on, looks like maybe there's some questions
Oh, we've got,
coming
I've
in.
got a few questions here. What's the one, what's Carl's view on,
Carl, what do you make of nudism?
who's that
Just
from?
check- let me just check who that's from. Hang
Sort of
on.
there's a time and a place for it.
That's from, it's very difficult to tell.
That's
on
great,
this
you
thing.
see.
There's a time and a place for it.
That is just brilliant. That is Dickie Bird. That's that sort of northern, confident soundbite. What do you think of nudism? Time and a place for it.
There's a time and a place
Would you
for
do
it.
it, Steve?
Would I do nudism?
Yeah.
He's not allowed.
Not again.
No,
Yeah.
It's
not
not
in-
nice, is it, really?
No, it's not with Steve. He's not allowed on any National Trust land doing it because he's caused the death of millions of starlings.
That's
See,
true.
there was something on BBC Choice the other night. It's a really short show. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
Like an odd
It's
court
not.
thing.
It's not a bloke eating cup of soup and then another short show like maybe someone cleaning their teeth with Colgate and then a really short show. What was it? Go on.
No, what it was about this old fella who he's into nudism, and he was saying he's done all right.
Does he
out
play
of it.
volleyball a lot?
He said he's done all right out of it because there's not many blokes who are willing to go nude for modelling and that, and he's
Yeah.
about 70, so it's not.
Is there much cry for that, do you think? Is there much demand for a
He's doing
70-year-old
all right.
nude?
He's doing all right for it.
Sure. Good luck to him.
And the odd thing was, you see,
He had a corkscrew penis.
he was just like walking around on a main road in like a
In the bar.
seaside town, and
Right.
yeah, and cars would.
See, that's not nudism, is it? That's mental illness.
Yeah, he's just a bit div.
Yeah.
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 So-
Yeah, I tell you, one of your favourite programmes, isn't one of your favourite programmes just that one with the hot air balloon? And it
Yeah, you
adventures.
love that, don't
It just
you?
goes, it's like
Oh,
in
you love
Sydney,
that.
sometimes then it's at a carnival.
His favourite programme when he was little, he used to watch it for hours, was that little girl by a blackboard with two toys.
Yeah.
He used to love
You
that, didn't
enjoyed
you?
that, didn't you?
Right, listen. Here's something else I learned in the week, and we can use this if you want to give away the Incubus tickets.
Go on.
There's a
Oh, I
program.
must have, there's some tickets to give away later. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what it is later. Go on, Carl.
Who?
I don't know. We're gonna save it. It's a surprise. Go on, Carl.
Oh, have I ruined it?
No, go on.
Crack on, mate, crack on.
Yeah. There was a program about the body,
Sure.
and what is it, right? Barbie doll. Why couldn't that be real?
Yes.
Play a record, Carl.
I do know the answer, actually, I have to say.
What do you
Yes.
mean, why
really?
couldn't it be real?
If the Barbie doll was like a real person,
Right.
it wouldn't work out.
I don't understand the question! If you do, this is what worries me.
I do understand the
Don't
question.
say
Why do you understand it?
Because it's one of those facts which I've heard in the past, but so therefore, because I know the answer, the question makes sense. But unless you know the answer, the question makes no sense.
Well, of course it doesn't.
That's what's brilliant.
Is it worth using for the tickets, do you think? Is it that good?
It's not a real question, Carl.
I don't
It
think it
is.
can count really.
It can't be a real
Why?
question. Well, because it's like one of those things about, a man went into a field and died. Why? You have to ask a question, you go, because his parents didn't know, but, well, I've got a million explanations. Okay, she'd be hollow. Do you know what I mean?
No, he's right, actually. It is too vague. Why don't you give the answer and then you'll understand what your question meant?
What was the answer?
She'd have to walk around on all fours, because
No, physically, the proportions of Barbie
Yeah.
could not be replicated on a real human woman, because she just couldn't have those dimensions.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
But that you know what I mean? Yeah. Same goes for Fred Flintstone. Do you know what I mean? His head's half his body. It's a cartoon.
Alright.
Don't have a go at Carl, he's the K-Man, people love him.
Sorry.
God,
Have I
you're
gone
going
too
to
far?
alienate yourself.
I'd like some hip-hop, Steve, seriously.
laying into
I'd
him.
like some hip-hop, Steve.
We'll come up with a question. We're giving away some Incubus tickets later. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
It's time for Hip Hop Hooray! This is from,
Hooray.
Whoa, hey,
Yeah.
whoa. Hey, this is from De La Soul's 2000 album, not the current one. Artificial Intelligence,
Yeah.
Mosaic Thump.
Yeah.
a lot of
They've
people-
changed a bit, haven't
They have, and a lot of people have dismissed De La Soul, but there's still some tracks you can dig out.
Not
that
as
are good.
jazzy, but this is a soul tip to this
This
show,
is a
isn't
wonderful track. This is With Me. Play it, Carl.
it? Alive. POD or pod,
Absolutely.
as I call them.
Yep.
On XFM 104.9, a bit of rock.
Who are you?
I'm Ricky Gervais.
Steve Merchant here.
Yeah. Carl over there. Now listen, there's a bit of rock there.
Yep.
Takes us into a competition. We
Okay.
got Incubus tickets to give away.
Incubus, you say?
Now, I like Incubus.
Okay.
I mean, for what they are, but, you know, I'm a bit worried about all this crossover, this new metal, and these people coming out that are a bit like Pearl Jam, and a bit, all this sort of, I'm not too sure about it. I'm still not convinced, but Incubus have got a bit of style about them. Well, you know, the competition we just ran there, the phone in, ask Kyle and thing, people were phoning up, one person said, what do you think about new metal? Carl just quick as fast went, I hate it.
Exactly.
And he threw a question right back at them and went, do you listen to that in the morning? She went, yeah. He went, wow, you see, in the morning I like Ash. In the evening, I might listen to,
I think he said Magic FM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that he is now, we've put him on a pedal, he's happy with his own opinions. Before he was like, don't know. And now he wants to tell the world. He'll be down Hyde Park Corner tomorrow, won't he? And they're going, right, who wants to know what I think about, I don't know,
At 2 o'clock, I will listen to the Human League. At 2:15.
Today at 4:13 I had one apple and listened to Primal Scream. Thank you. Oh, no, you're a great bloke, Carl. We better stop now because, you know,
Yeah.
we're going to make you into the new
There'll be
Jeremy
more
Spake
from
if we're
Carl
not
next.
careful.
This is a very last question that someone. This is Jim. He's emailed in. He says, "Does Carl think that that Waterworld, Mad Max, Judge Dredd, or similar films present an accurate portrayal of what a post-apocalyptic world might be like?" How do you imagine what the world will be, Carl,
I
when
haven't seen
the
any
bomb
of
is
them,
gone?
so I've got no comment.
You've got no
Okay,
comment?
okay, let's forget the films. What do you think the world might be like if there was, say, a nuclear war and we had to survive underground for a while till all the, waste went away and we could come up and we could eat fruit again and, it was all weird and we had to start from scratch?
I'd rather die.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Wouldn't
right.
you?
Uh,
Wouldn't you?
Well, supposing it was sort of like, you know, Britain was just, it was, all the buildings had gone, right, or there was some bit of scavenging, there was like, and we hid underground and we came out, you know, sort of, in 10 years' time. Don't keep shaking your head, you don't know the question. You can go, no, rather die. And it's fine, you lived on tin fruit for a few years, right? Then you had to come up and start again, you had to find other civilizations.
I'd want that thing that, is it Walt Disney had? Sort of...
Cryogenically
put me in a
preserved.
fridge thing and say, look, wake me up when it's all built again. I couldn't be doing with that, walking around with a hard hat on all day.
Yeah, what would you do? Set an alarm clock? You're the only person, you get in a fridge and leave a note. If you find this, do not disturb till 2012.
You know what I mean?
No, well, yeah, but saying that wasn't, well, I mean, what would you do first? You'd just come out into the light, it was like, you know, Saxon Britain, there was nothing, you'd have to start again. What would you do? What would you do first?
I'd probably go and see where I live now to see what's left of it.
I love how he thinks. Oh.
Carl, if you were the last man on Earth, right,
Yeah.
and you had to have one other woman with which to start the human race again, right,
Yeah.
and not your girlfriend, who would you start the human race again with? Which person would you want to? Bear in mind, it's not just like the fact that you've got to have kids. They've got to be able to provide something in this world. They've got to be leaders.
And they might be all melted. And
Exactly, so their
and
beauty may have-
They've just got one good eye, but now they can tell what you're thinking.
Exactly.
Because of radiation.
Yeah.
They,
do you think, Carl?
they tried to go through a pod and there was a fish in there for some reason in their Wellington.
I mean, for me, probably.
Now, what would you rather kiss, a mermaid or a unicorn?
Carl, quickly.
Mermaid.
Why?
No, no, I want him to answer my
Because it's got
question.
a lady's face. Okay then, what would you rather kiss, a lady with the body of a fish or the body of a horse?
A fish. Wouldn't you?
This is the best thing in the world. This is like, you know when you call a file a rude word, and then the computer goes, do you want to open tits? You laugh, because it's like, that's what playing with Carl's like. It's sort of like you input it, and you always get, you know what I mean? You sort of get...
You get more back than you bargained for.
Yeah. Oh.
Probably only because I've seen films, that one with that Hannah Darrell or whatever her name is in, and she looks alright. I've never seen
Hannah
a film
Darrell,
with a woman with a horse's body. Maybe if I've seen one, I might change my mind if...
Okay,
if it's alright.
can you email us a picture of a woman with a horse's body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Or do they exist?
Anyway.
Do you reckon unicorns exist, Carl?
No.
Look, let's play another song then, because I think we were going to give away some Incubus tickets. We seem to have got sidetracked.
Okay. Well, I'd like to play my song For the Lovers. I'm not ashamed of this. It's an early Bowie track. It's his sort of, you know, version of soul. It's off the Young Americans album, and it's a beautiful song called Can You Hear Me? David Bowie. At his best there.
Yeah.
Young Americans, Can You Hear Me? You said it when the record was on, Steve. You're not going to hear this sort of eclectic mix of music anywhere.
Anywhere else, Rick?
We go from hip-hop to soul, to hip-hop and soul, to soul-y type hip-hop.
And then some soul-y hip-hop hop.
And Ash.
And the joy of it is, Rick, that if people are open-minded enough and broad-minded enough, as I hope our listeners are, they're going to be loving this.
And we played Early Outen last week. We didn't care, Ty. We don't care what he's done since or what he's like now.
We're not interested in reputation.
I don't judge. You know what I mean? If they
Rick,
do a good track,
can I say this now?
let's play that track.
I am not interested in what people think's cool.
No, obviously.
No, I'm interested in what people think is good, Rick.
Yeah.
All right?
No, I'm interested in what we think is good,
I
Steve.
don't care about what women think is traditionally handsome.
No.
I play by my own rules.
Yeah, exactly. You do, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not in it for their amusement.
I'm not in this game for anyone's amusement.
No. Obviously not.
Jeez,
Now-
and all these women with the, you know, I want to be able to have a conversation.
Yeah. I want to have an orgasm.
Exactly.
You know what I
Hello?
mean? Yeah. Now, that was, David Bowie there. We've played some great tracks here, but we've got more to come, haven't we?
We have indeed, yes. Plenty more to come, Rick, but we're going to give those Incubus tickets
We've
away.
got a competition. Now, we were talking about, people keeping an open mind. Now, our listeners have got open minds. They're like, they're not only open, they're blank.
Yeah.
They're, you know what I mean, really.
Empty canvases.
From the ones that have been,
Empty
from the ones that have been phoning up, I don't know how they dialed.
No.
I think they're wrong numbers or they sat on the phone or something.
Sure.
And a lot of old listeners are coming back.
A lot of people from the old days of XM.
I don't know, they're obviously been allowed out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, that's care in the community, Rick.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people now get thrown out of those homes
So
or
I thought-
detox centres.
Yeah, I thought maybe an old question, something I'd explored 3 years ago,
What
4 years
excites
ago.
me is the fact that, you know, clearly all those kind of needle exchanges and things like that really helping people stay alive, and that's a joy.
Sure.
You know, that's evidence there on the phone.
Yeah. Now, what about this? Now, you know the answer to this, I've done this before.
Okay.
Right? There is one London station.
Rick, we've done this in the last couple of weeks!
Oh, you think I'm going to say St John's Wood?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
There is one London station that has no vowels.
That has no vowels.
No, it's not.
Oh no! You've not thought this
No,
through
it's one
at all.
vowel. It's one vowel. It is one vowel.
So there's one London station with one vowel.
I can't remember the answer though.
Oh no, this is pathetic. This is so rubbish. I so want to be on someone else's show. Like Camfield would be good, or just on like Dr. Fox.
We like Dr. Fox now, don't we?
Fox is amazing.
We like him. He's come through on that Pop Stars Tonight.
I love Fox.
I like his little trunk. He's like a little trunk, and he works out, and he's got a bike and everything. But I like him. He's optimistic. He wears too much blusher, and I like his suits.
But it's the fact that it's like, however hard he tries, he just doesn't look right on the telly. He just
I
looks
know,
like a
but
man who's been sewn into that suit.
I know.
And I tell you, when I saw him once riding here into Capital, on his hog, on his Harley.
Oh, is that
Just such a joy.
Yeah. It's, no, we like Foxy. What about Simon Cowell? Oh, boo. What about that Nicky Chapman?
Like her.
Yeah, what about who's the other one?
Oh, Waterman.
Waterman. Up and down,
He's
Waterman.
a bit of a knob.
Wow, come on, you can say that, but
No,
he's sold millions of records.
None of this talking.
So's our price.
None of this talking is disguising the fact that we've still not managed to give those Incubus tickets away.
Okay.
Any
What
other
about
questions?
this? What about this? What about this?
You've got nothing, have you?
No.
Running on empty.
Yeah.
Play a record.
Hives there on XFM 104.9. Right, we've got a competition question. Steve's come up with it at the last minute.
This is just to check if you are a regular listener of the show.
Yeah, we
Okay.
would like to reward loyalty.
Exactly, absolutely. So, last week on the show, Ricky described a story that happened to him, back in the 80s when he was making his TV appearance on Razzmatazz with his band. And he had to fly out, was it to Newcastle?
Yeah.
And, he tried to get on a plane, and a pop act of the 80s tried to help Ricky sneak aboard an aeroplane,
But failed.
but they failed to do it,
At the height of their powers.
and they were at the height of their powers. What was the name of that outfit?
Should we put them on the line?
Absolutely, let's hear
Well,
it.
this is
There's the people there
dangerous,
already.
isn't it?
This is to win Incubus tickets. Please do not be mental.
Don't be mental or swear or say anything libelous or nasty.
Yeah.
Just be nice. You won't win if you're not. Go on. Hello?
Hi, who's that?
Oh, I've got my headphones on, haven't I?
Put your headphones on, Rick. I'll just keep her talking.
Oh, no.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello?
Okay, hello.
Hi.
Hi there. What's your name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Where are you calling from?
Clapham Junction.
And do you know the answer?
I do.
Okay.
Is it Bucks Fizz?
It was indeed Bucks Fizz.
It was the Fizz. It was indeed the Fizz.
Well
Do
done.
you like Incubus?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you see, if I was interrogating you, I'd go, you hesitated.
Yeah.
There's so many people phoning up who are desperate for these Incubus tickets. Please don't make
They
us
are
give them to
rightfully,
you.
no, to be fair, they're rightfully yours. Right, you,
I tell you what, I'll have a t-shirt if you give them the tickets.
Okay, is that just any old t-shirt, or
No.
can we send her a t-shirt? Carl's nodding.
we
Right,
think we can send you a t-shirt?
Right, we'll get you a t-shirt. How are you going to do that then, Carl? Because you've got to take her name and everything now.
You keep talking a minute.
Yeah.
This is pathetic.
This is
wouldn't
amazing,
happen
isn't it?
with Dr. Fox. He'd have it all
Foxy
planned.
wouldn't do this.
Can I say as well, there's a bank, there's a train station with one vowel.
Yeah, but there's loads, aren't there? He hasn't thought it through. Bo as well, there's many. Listen, Carl, make a note of her number.
It can't have been that. I can't remember it. What was it? I remember I tried it the last time I tried
This
it. I
is
think
a shambles.
and I couldn't work it out. Then there was wrong answers. I remember Aldwych came up. Maybe it's Aldwych. What's
Carl doing now?
who's he talking to?
I don't, he's talking to her, but what?
Say again?
Look, quick, let's think of something. Come on.
Hello, are you still on this line?
No, he's picked up the phone now.
So what am I doing?
We're giving away, we're letting people behind the curtain. Let's keep up this veneer of professionalism.
This is so rubbish. Isn't
Come
it?
on, no,
It's okay.
don't draw attention to it.
Okay, all right.
Let's just talk and make
Steve, what are you doing tonight? Looking forward to Pop Stars?
I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Who do you wanna win?
I'm glad you've asked, Rick. I'd love to see Darius have a bit of success, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be the Stutterer.
I think it is going to be Gareth. He has a name there, Steve. I think it's going to be Gareth. Yeah, apparently in the polls in the week he's getting twice. We're back. Don't we?
Okay.
All right, Carl. So she's getting a T-shirt, is she?
Lovely.
Right. Who's that on the line?
Next contestant,
Hello. This is amazing.
an error.
I mean, we couldn't do this worse. Go on.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello's
Hi.
that?
it's Dan.
Dan. Hello, Dan.
Danny.
All
So,
right,
do you want to go to Incubus?
I'd love to, man.
Okay. Hold on. This is pointless because he's just heard the last. He's heard the answer.
Yeah, it's definitely Bucks Fizz.
This is mad. We didn't think this through.
No, but let's be honest, he wouldn't have been on the line if he didn't know the answer. Are you cheating?
No.
Dan, he said he's not cheating.
This is fail-safe.
That's fail
This
safe.
is our rigorous. I can't
Screening
believe this. Dan, you're going to Incubus.
Oh, cheers, man.
Well
That's
done.
blinding.
Well done.
Oh.
Nice one.
Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Cheers. Carl, what do we have to do? Do we just hang up, or what happens?
No, you play a song and
Play a song then.
You've got his details.
yeah.
Oh,
Play
come on. Feeder, yesterday. That reminds me of this Christmas where my 51-year-old brother wouldn't let anyone near the PlayStation 2 because he was playing Gran Turismo. And he has to build his car up and buy it. He just played it from about 6 o'clock till sort of 3 in the morning.
Was it bought for him, or?
About 3. I don't know, but we had to watch him.
Brilliant. Why that song particularly? Why
It's
that-
on. It's on it.
Oh,
It's
it
the, I
features
think.
on it.
I think Feeder feature all over it, don't they? On the
Right,
soundtrack. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
I was on the tube the other day, Rick. So I was just coming into Finchley Road.
Yeah.
And I was on the train. I know you don't travel on the tube anymore because
No.
you're too famous. But
I never did.
No, fair enough.
It's not that I don't know you recognise. It's just that it's beneath me.
Fair enough. And they're on the tube in each carriage on these newer ones. There are kind of these flaps that are normally locked closed, and there was one of them that's swinging open. And inside there were various buttons like on, off, self-destruct, whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
seriously, like doors operating.
Train quicker.
Exactly. And you were thinking, like, you don't want some, kind of oik sort of
No.
fiddling around, pressing buttons and stuff, it could be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
So I got off of Finchley Road, I thought, I'll be a good commuter, I'll mention this to the staff, and they'll probably, you know, they'll thank me for it. And if it's an attractive young staff member, you know, I mean, they never are on the tube. Have you ever seen an attractive member of staff at a tube station?
Oh, come on, steady
They
on.
are such freaks. I
No,
mean, I know that's the pot,
They're
kettle
all,
black thing,
they're all
but
from Devon, apparently.
they're grotesque people, really.
Alright, steady on.
And, so anyway, I went up to this guy, I thought...
The
you know,
uniforms don't out, though, do they?
They don't, it's pretty grim. And so I
Yeah.
went up to this guy, I said to him, excuse me, I was just on a train there, and there was a flap open, I could see all these buttons and things. He went, right. I was like, yeah, well, I just think, you know, it might be, you know, wandering hands, a small child or something. Yeah. Right.
Small
Yeah.
child.
He went, what carriage was it? I said, well, I don't really know what carriage it was, I just, maybe at the next stop someone should come and check. He went, well, how are they going to check if they don't know what carriage it's in? And at that point, I just wanted to smack him in the face. I just thought, you know, I'm in a hurry, I've got no reason, there's no gain for me about telling this. It's not going to help me out in any way, not financially, nothing. I'm just
know.
trying to help you out, and that's your attitude, and I was absolutely
I know.
livid.
I'm getting so intolerant in my old age.
I can't stand it.
Bad service, bad attitude. Just, it drives me mad. It makes my blood boil. And
Livid. I was one time, right, I was down in the centre of town, this was after some of the big explosions, the IRA had, you know, various things. And everyone was on kind of bomb alert, very nervous, very scared. And there was a sort of a bag in the street, you know, this was the centre of London or whatever, and my friends and I were a bit edgy, but a bit nervous. And we're outside this pub, and we saw the bag, and we thought maybe we should sort of we'll tell the landlord from that. So we told the landlord, right, and he came out, and he looked at it, he thought, oh, you're right, lads, it does look a bit shifty. And this is what he did, this was his security measure, right, he was going to call the police, but in the meantime, he picked up one of those sandwich boards that advertises what food's being served in the pub, just placed it over the top of it.
yeah. Yeah.
That's fail. So
That is what the bomb disposal unit use very often. Like you see them up and down Oxford Street. They're not people selling stuff.
Sure.
That's just there's a
They
bomb
will leap
shield.
on a bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love the idea, because what we did was we moved about 100 yards down the road, because we thought if the bomb goes off, we want to see it, that'll be dramatic.
Yeah.
We don't want to get, you know, injured.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of, like, a sandwich board flying off into the air and just embedding itself in someone's head.
Yeah, well,
No one would have been
Who do I
injured if it wasn't
sue?
that sandwich board.
Well, that was Ron, the landlord.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My God, is that Cumberland pie for £5.95? I can't believe my luck. John, I think there's something more serious. Anyway,
Paramedics going, I can't, but 99p a pint.
it's brilliant.
I'm going to come back here.
So anyway, so listen, he calls the police, right? And so after a while, about, you know, it was like 40 minutes later, and I think the police do a good job. I'm not trying to bait down on the police. I think it's a good job, and I respect the police. But, this police van turns up after about 40 minutes of waiting, right? And this guy leaps out of the van, and he goes, what, you're the guys who reported this, are you? And we went, yeah. He went, right. And he looked at the bag, and he picked it up, he unzipped it, and there was just some rubbish in there. He just threw it at us, he went, there's your bomb for you, and threw it at us, to teach us a lesson, and then got in the van and drove off. And it was like,
dear.
what lesson are you teaching us about
What did you
being a good
do?
citizen?
You presumably reported him, did you?
Of course we're not wasking at him, you know, it's not...
Do you know what I think? I think he thought it was a bomb.
Right.
And he was trying to blow you up to teach you a lesson.
Well, possibly.
That's
But
bad, that
it
is really bad.
It just winds me right up, stuff like that.
Once, right, me and Bill, we had sort of, it was like 1983, and we had like extensions and cut off t-shirts and jeans, and
Sexy.
yeah, you know, like makeup, neuromantic. And we were just eating chips on a corner, right? And it was a Saturday, so I assume it was like, football patrol, about 12 police, and they sort of slowed down and looked at us, and he wound the window down, and the bloke driving shouted, "You look like a couple of prats." Bill turned to me and went, "Is that an offence?" And I remember wanting to laugh at the joke, but thinking, that's annoying.
Yeah, of
course. That isn't, they were right.
Well, yeah, but
No, they were right. It's not really a police issue, I don't think.
Someone called into HQ that morning. Guys, if you see anyone who looks a bit, the fashion police.
We've heard there's a bit of a to-do. Apparently a couple of prats are walking round.
Yeah. We need someone to go on fashion police patrol.
Send in Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Will you? Oh dear. But, you know, we respect the police.
Yeah,
We're not
I'm not having a go. It's just those few that give them a bad name, really.
Yeah, exactly.
High five for it.
Hey, I think the boys in blue do a good job.
Do the firemen.
Yeah,
Firemen do as
especially firemen. I remember once, this is really embarrassing, this is the arrogance of youth, right? In a hall of residence, every time someone did toast, the fire alarms went off. I remember once it was like 2 in the morning, and we all had to go outside, and it was just toast set off thing, but it was linked, and about 8 fire engines turned up, and they're all coming in, right, and I said, "Oh, this is so embarrassing, why am I telling this?"
Go on.
I just went, "There's enough of you."
God!
And the fireman said, he just went, shut your mouth, mate.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh God, he's right. He's one of those things you remember 10 years later.
Yeah,
and go,
that's a horrible thing.
What I know, but
I
when
want you
you're
to
18...
publicly apologise to the
I'm
fire
so
brigade.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Because I never did stuff like that.
Oh, that is twatish.
I was too busy saying, can I try on your helmet?
Oh dear. Oh, we better play another
Yeah,
song,
play a
haven't we? Oh, this is a great track. This is Groove Armada. It's from the album Goodbye Country, Hello Nightclub. It's the opening track. It's called Sun Toucher. I think you'll like this, Steve.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Groove Armada there, and Sun Toucher. Do you like that?
I didn't mind it, actually. I didn't realise you were a Groove Armada dance music fan.
Well, no, Jane played that with me today. I hadn't heard that before, but I loved it immediately. Oh, it's great. It's like a soundtrack mixed with a little bit of
Sure.
hip hop, and it's all like a big mix.
A big
isn't
melting
it?
pot.
Yeah.
I just wish that's what the world was, really.
So do
where
I.
we could
So do I.
just,
So do
you know,
I.
everyone
Yeah.
could live in harmony.
I wish it was an onion.
Oh, if only the world were a great big onion.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe one day.
Well, this is nearly the end of the show.
Absolutely.
It's been Ricky Gervais on XFM 104.9 with Carl. And, it's been a great show, and, I've just, there's been some laughter, there's been some tears, there's been some
a few
jokes,
tears.
there's been some political satire,
I'd like to think so.
but above all, there's been some chat with friends.
And there's been some bloody great music. Let's not forget that.
I don't think we need to swear at this time.
It's late juncture.
Yeah, because you make yourself look a cock, and me look a twat, and
true
Carl look like a complete...
Song for the
Go on.
ladies. Rarely do you get a chance to play on a radio station.
Nearly
7
said
minutes.
wanker.
7 minutes worth of Led Zeppelin. But screw it, I thought that,
Hey.
it's the end of the show, we don't give a damn. It's
Be
an amazing
careful
song.
with the language. Screw damn and bloody. Do not a sermon make.
Rick, it's a beautiful song. If you're not a Zeppelin fan, stick with it. It's not roaring rock as you'd expect. The Rain song from Houses of the Holy. See you next time.
See you later. Hives there on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. Steve Merchant.
It's with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sentences and all
It's
that.
just using the
Well, you
traditional
pointed,
English
but
language.
you put me off. You pointed to yourself, and I just said Steve Merchant.
We know we do that every week. You introduce me. You
Yeah.
say with me and I go Steve Merchant.
No, yeah.
So no, it's a catchphrase that everyone's waiting to hear
No,
it.
but usually I go Ricky Gervais and you go with Steve Merchant. But this time you pointed to you, so I said it. But I didn't say it. It caught me off guard, so I didn't use the sentence.
Oh, I don't like the way you sit, right? I've read medically that if you're slouching like that, can you try and describe how you're sat? But you've got the kind of have you ever seen that picture of when John Lennon was off his head on Smack recording Let It Be, and he was lying on the floor at Abbey Road? That's basically what Ricky looks like now.
chest pains, I'm scared.
It's not good for you, that. Look at you can't breathe properly in the diaphragm, so
No.
you're gonna speak badly. Listen, I was trying to speak medical stuff there. I was trying to run into trouble.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rick, what are the words to Wham Rap? Now, what are the words to... I don't remember Wham Rap.
What the hell's got into you? Hey, sucker. No, there's nothing you can do.
Brilliant. I look forward to a forthcoming revival of your music career.
Yeah.
Rick, I had some devastating news last night.
Go on.
You know when I left you, I was off to buy a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I was totally in the mood for
Or
it.
a PS2, as he said.
Yeah. Which confused him, Grandad. Anyway, I think I went in like some electrical stop on Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And
The thing I'll just say, the thing about Steve is I wouldn't say he's mean. He hates that. He's careful, right? And he will spend days to get £1 off.
Rick, 2.5 hours I walked around last
No.
night. I swear to God, I was walking to different shops, right? I went from Oxford Street to Piccadilly Circus, back again, along the length of Oxford Street, back again, all over the place, right? I realised I basically couldn't get a better deal than about 240 quid, right? For a console and a game. So I ended up in Virgin Megastore, I bought a Auto Grand Theft 3 or whatever, and a PlayStation and a memory card or whatever. So I shoot off, and I'm walking off, and I'm going to the tube, and I walk all the way to HMV, on, opposite Bond Street, and I just popped in there because I'd forgotten to get something, and I went downstairs, and I was walking past the, PlayStations, and it went, if you buy a PlayStation 2, you can get Grand Theft Auto 3 with £20 off.
Oh.
I was absolutely devastated.
What did you do?
I crumbled. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking of taking it back to Virgin Megastore, going, it's faulty. Well, how could it be faulty? You haven't even got it home yet. Oh, I can tell.
No, I didn't mean to buy this, though. What did you buy? keyboard.
Exactly.
And buy a-
So the problem is, when I get it back and I wire it up and that, all I can see as the cars are racing around the track, all I'm thinking is, it's like one of those cartoons when a really hungry bloke could just see his mate as like a big chicken. All I could see on the TV was just a big £20 note just floating. It was an absolute
dear.
night. I'm just devastated by it. 20 quid, I could have bought like another cheap game for that.
We went,
I'm
did I tell you this? We
Rick,
went,
would you give me £20 and then I'll shut up about it?
yeah, we went to the casino once, a group of us, and I lost about 100 quid, and, it was a, you know, great, it was someone's birthday, I think it was Jane's birthday, and Steve, after 3 hours of gambling, had lost the £20 he got out to play with, right? I was going, you're really gutted, aren't you? He just went, have you any idea how much cheese I could get for £20?
Yeah. Cold meats.
Yeah.
For £20, and there it is again last night. £20. I'm robbed of £20. Literally, they've taken it from my hand.
Yeah.
The HMV people.
I
They've
can't believe
taken
it.
that and they've.
I'm gonna
hissed it
try and
away.
think of some things to cheer you up. Should we play some songs? Avalanche is there. Frontier Psychiatrist.
I never enjoy any record where I think I or a 4-year-old could have made it. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like it's cheating. It's musical cheating.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. I won't play that again then. Alright?
Okay.
That's done.
Yeah.
Alright?
Nice. Shake on it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
XFM 104.9.
Kiss on it.
Kiss on it, touch on it.
Carl
I was
came in
just-
this morning and he said he was soaking wet because obviously it's miserable out. And actually, if you're thinking of leaving the house today and thus missing the show, do not leave because it's miserable out.
It's like
raining,
a weather
horrible.
report as well. We play music, we've got chat, we've got little jokes, don't we?
But Carl came
and
and
it's
said to me-
raining.
He said he was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I said to him, I said, Rick would want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Just take your clothes off. Pop
Yeah.
them over there.
But do you know what?
And he wouldn't. And he said I was going to do it, but I knew you'd say that.
But when you left us in the kitchen when he was making coffee, he went, yeah, Steve said if you're wet, take your trousers off. And I thought, hold on, Ricky's not here. What's he up to? Little thoughts.
No,
Yeah.
I was talking on behalf of Rick. I phoned him up. I said he's wet. What should I suggest?
Well, I said, well, I was in his ear. He had earpiece, and I was going, tell him it's bad for him.
Yeah.
And I could hear him go, it's bad for you. And you go, well, no, I go, no, tell him it could,
Rheumatism.
yeah.
It could lead to rheumatism. Take them off. Carl, speak. No one's heard your voice today. Come on, Carl.
He
Come on,
doesn't
clean
want
it.
to.
No, I know he doesn't. We won't talk to you much, but
Go on.
it's just nice to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Right.
People, I
What?
think people quite like
They tune
to
in
know
and
you're
like to hear
here.
you.
Yeah.
We've had some fan mail.
I like his little face, his little Moby. I drew a picture of him in the week, just doodling, and he got really insulted.
Did he?
Why did you get insulted?
It wasn't very good. I looked like Ian Camfield, like.
Oh, that's an insult.
Yeah.
Ladies love Canfield.
Yeah.
I mean, they're weird kind of heavy metal ladies.
Yeah,
but
yeah. The ones that drink blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love Canfield. I thought of you look like today, but I think you might find it insulting as well. It's just meant to be affectionate. You, for people who don't know what you look like like Beaker at the Muppets.
I can't see how that would be an insult.
Oh God! We don't need to put it like that. It is, but it's sort of like I like Beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like him because he's a fool. He just goes, what does he say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look a bit like that doctor that used to accompany him everywhere. That professor.
Oh yeah, the little fat
little fat
bloke.
one,
yeah, that's nice.
Carl, what was it that you told me as well when you came in? Just Carl's thought for the day.
Okay.
Carl, what did you tell me when you came in? Because it was miserable out, and you
So
made a suggestion.
it is a grim day in London.
I like it already.
Brilliant.
I was thinking,
Oh.
could you imagine dying today?
Go on, explain more though.
Just because when you're dying,
Yeah.
you're always like in your bedroom, in your bed, and your
Always.
and your family's next door.
Always, yeah.
And I just thought, can you imagine lying there, looking out your window, because they do that as well. They sort of have the curtains open to get a bit of light on your face. And I just thought, what a day! If this was like your last day, could you imagine?
But then go on, you made
XFM,
another.
104.9.
No, you made another even more profound point. You said if instead of dying on a rainy day, you'd prefer to.
No, if you died on a bit of a nicer sunny day, then it's not so bad. What I'm saying, no, it's your last day looking out on the world,
Yeah.
and look at it. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I thought that was a beautiful point. It was poetic almost.
It was, wasn't it?
Because the point was that what upset me was that you said you'd been thinking about that today on the way in, and it upset you. But my point was that if you think about the people that are dying any day, it'll upset you.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah, but you don't think about it when it's sunny, because you think, well, they'll be all right today. They won't be that annoyed.
You're absolutely right.
Annoyed!
But today-
Think of that. Oh, I'm no!
Oh,
I'm dying
dying.
today. Oh, no.
It was just when I got up and opened the curtains, and I thought, look at it.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not dying today.
Yeah.
Carl, play a song.
Yeah, interesting. Mole Historical Society. Watching Xanadu on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant.
See, it doesn't work if you say with me, Steve
No,
Merchant.
it doesn't work.
I've either got to say with me, Steve, or you just go with Steve Merchant.
Sure.
See what I mean?
Okay.
It's not as easy, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not as easy as it seems.
You know this, right? I mean,
What?
the radio show.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
do, right? Well, we just come in and we don't plan them, we just sort of like chat. And they still pay us, it seems good,
Yeah.
well. Should we just do this all day?
What, all day on XFM or?
Or just get a license where it's Ricky and Steve FM, and we just chat and we go, what are you doing there, Steve? Just having breakfast. You go, oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing there, Steve? I'll just clean the windows, isn't it? And we have a little chat, we go, oh, just reading the paper. And we just talk and we play records.
For 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
I mean, have you spotted any flaws in that plan or?
It would be boring after about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is boring now.
No,
And we've
it's
only
really-
done 20
No,
minutes.
but it's just, we were talking about Carl having a thought, remember?
Yes.
And then I had that thought when I went out to get some orange juice, and I had that thought. So maybe this show can be about let's have thoughts.
Okay.
So we have thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay, or they could, if we haven't got any, they could phone in with some.
Okay. Or email a thought maybe if you've got a thought. Email that in.
Just thought we could talk about it.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Could be a thought about anything.
Can we go on?
Can we not make those thoughts racist or homophobic though, please?
Yeah. Or, not downers.
No, nothing that's going to bring us down, you know?
Yeah.
Upbeat stuff.
Yeah. Go on, Carl, you were
Do,
gonna...
do you know when you said 24 hours then?
Yeah.
Do you know how much it takes to run one of the escalators on the underground for 20 hours a day? How much it costs a year to do that?
To run it how long? 20 hours a day?
Yeah, that's what it runs.
Is this another of your facts?
Mhm.
These are always substantiated by an independent source, aren't they? They're not just something you overheard on a bus. Am I just to check? This is fact.
I read it.
Did you read it on a wall in a sandwich shop?
Sometimes I wish this was on telly, because when Steve said this, you have these substantiated by an independent arbitrator, Carl just looked at him.
Yeah.
Like he'd just spoken French. He just looked like that. It's it.
Okay, so anyway, this information you've got from a reliable source, you read it on the back of a fag packet or
No,
something.
I think it was in the Metro magazine in the week.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
here's and let's just hear it again. How much does it cost?
Yeah, there's loads of escalators, isn't there, on the underground?
Yes.
And they run for 20 hours a day.
Yes.
'Cause
Don't
it's-
tell us how.
it's
Tell you what,
short.
Carl, that's such a fascinating fact. Don't
Yeah.
tell us. Let's play a record, Rick,
Okay.
and then people can stay tuned if they want to hear how much it costs.
This is like some sort of mental home radio.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, we're not mentally ill. We haven't had any head trauma. We're educated people.
Yeah.
But we come out with just rubbish.
Gobbledygook.
Just nonsense. It's like, I can't grasp it. I don't know why he started saying, I've no idea what that thought was.
You just said 24 hours about doing radio for 24 hours, so I thought, oh, 20 hours.
Oh God!
So we're now examining the thought processes that we all have
Oh,
before
no.
we get to something. Let's just hear a song.
Okay,
Rick.
right, it's 1:30, and that film sounds good. Ooh, that film sounds good.
Feature.
This is where I choose a song from a film that film sounds good. See? This is, a film that me and Steve both love, and he saw it first and got me onto it and said I'd love it, and I did. It was Rushmore. It's a great film, and from it features one of my favourite artists of all time, The Wind by Cat Stevens, and this is off the first album I ever bought, from Teaser and the Firecat. This is The Wind from Rushmore. That film sounds good.
Feature.
Cat Stevens, The Wind.
Elegant.
It's a beautiful song. The album is a superb album. It's seminal. It's just has some great songs on there. I feel like playing another one, maybe Song for the Lovers.
Maybe do it later.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I could do that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I have to say I've seen the follow-up to Rushmore. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
enjoy Rushmore, it's this new film, The Royal Tenenbaums, with amazing cast. Ben Stiller's in it, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Gene Hackman in his Golden Globe-winning performance.
Oh, yeah.
Same sort of thing as Rushmore, same kind of style, but lovely sort of kind of family comedy. Absolute dynamite, and again a brilliant soundtrack. Nico is on there, Nick
Yeah.
Drake, all kinds of treats. Forthcoming in the cinemas, Rick.
You say the follow-up, is it the
It's
same
not a
director?
sequel. It's the same director, same writer,
Right.
some of the same cast. Bill Murray makes another appearance.
Isn't
Same
this-
style.
Haven't the Swingers lot done another one?
They have their new films Made with the same
Right.
Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Again, dynamite, really good fun. Not as kind of perceptive as Swingers, but certainly as much fun.
Have you seen Swingers, Carl?
I think so. Is it the one where they've got a line in it? They've got a catchphrase in it, haven't they?
You're the money.
Your money?
No.
You're
that's
so money.
Jeremy that's it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I said you're the money. You went no. You went you're so the money. You went yeah.
Well, yours is from, what's his name?
Yeah, Jerry Maguire.
No,
Yeah.
that's Show Me the Money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Anyway.
See, that was really articulate. We had, we did a feature, it linked into film, Steve Love Films did a little, you know, off-the-cuff review, then it went into gobbledygook again.
Yeah.
That, I can't even say it.
You couldn't even say the word gobbledygook.
It's, yeah.
Anyway, listen, you had an interesting fact you were going to give us, Carl. I don't think we can leave people waiting for this any longer.
No.
Right. How much does it cost to run one escalator? That's just one.
Yeah.
On a London Underground. It's running 20 hours a day because it shuts for 4 hours in the night when they're cleaning up and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to run it for a year?
£12.
£60,000.
The trouble with these facts is, I've got nothing to compare it against.
Well, think about, like, your yearly electric bill at home.
Well, when you put it like that, when you can...
It's a lot, isn't it? When you think they could just use stairs.
Carl, play a song. Politics on XFM 104.9. Please, people, just use the stairs.
Chemical Brothers, Star Guitar. I'm gonna be honest, Steve. I like the video more than the song.
Agreed.
Good.
Yeah.
I just wish we could maybe tape the bits we're not on air, just because that's when Carl comes into his own.
Yeah.
He just said to me, I don't know what I was doing, I was sort of like pottering around, dancing around, doing something annoying probably, and he just looked at me, I looked around, he was looking at me, and I looked back, and he went, have you ever used a Y-front properly?
Genius.
It's a great question, because the answer is definitely no.
Definitely no.
Does anyone use their Y-front properly? And by that, I mean, get your winky out of the little sort of, slot provided, as
Yeah.
opposed to like put it to one side or pull them down or
Yeah.
whatever. Has anyone used a Y-front properly?
I don't think I've ever done it.
I don't think I've ever done it.
I've never seen anyone in a toilet doing it, Rick.
You should be looking.
I wish I hadn't said that.
I caught ya. Really?
Yeah. That's actually how you prove people are gay.
Yeah.
You get them into this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a trap.
yeah, it's a trap.
It was
It's a clever trap.
it was the trap.
Yeah.
I
I'm
thought
not
that
gay,
was
by the
the,
way.
Yeah.
You didn't prove I was gay, I double bluffed you. Because I knew the old gay trick.
I thought it was the old Gaylord say no thing.
That is another method. Yeah,
That is
there's innumerable methods of doing it.
That's how Oscar Wilde was caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, the judge went to him. Did you see that film last night? Gaylord say no, and he went no, and they went take him away.
Yeah. Take him down to the cells.
Yeah, take him to Reading.
It is true.
That
is
well,
It originated in America.
yeah.
So many of these things do. It's
Yeah.
a brilliant point, Carl. I'd like to hear from anyone listening who's, and I mean, well, they'll just lie, wouldn't they, I suppose?
Yeah. I don't even use sort of flies.
No?
Usually, I sort of pull my Y-front, my sort of tracksuit. That's why I wear sort of like elasticated waistbands all the time.
Exactly.
Just sort of
Speed.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to get in there with the minimum of effort.
Yeah. And out.
Sure.
Often I won't shake.
No, oh no.
To my detriment, because it often leaks out a little bit later, doesn't it?
Ever been out on a date with a girl where it's just trickled down your leg and you wish it hadn't, and you're thinking, what if she gets my trousers off later? She might smell or see it.
What? What?
I don't know. I don't know what I said there.
Right.
Rick, I had for Christmas something which I think might excite you and interest
Yeah.
you, because I know you're obsessed and interested by facts.
Yeah.
Don't fiddle with the microphone.
Well, I was
Everyone
just
can hear
looking at what it was underneath it.
that. Stop, listen to what I'm saying.
I know, no, listen, let me explain.
People could hear you moving the microphone.
Could they?
Yeah, I can hear it in my headphones.
You know, it's the little pop shield that goes over the mic.
Yeah.
I was going to see what way the mic was facing, so I just had a
Who
look.
cares? No one's interested. Leave it. Carl will tell you if there's a problem.
Alright.
Why am I talking like that? So this is a book, it's just facts and trivia. It's edited by Sir Isaac Asimov, who I
Oh,
think's
yeah.
dead. So I don't know when my parents bought this book. I assume it's sort of from a second-hand shop or something.
Right.
It's quite long, but I got it for Christmas. I keep meaning to bring it in, because there are, generally the facts are quite sensible in here. And I like to think if Isaac's been involved, they're probably substantiated. It's not like, kind of just this nonsense on the web. I think that this is probably...
Or
crucial.
up in Greg's the Baker's that Carl
Exactly.
gets most of his facts from.
The ancient Egyptians trained baboons to wait on tables. Carl, fascinated.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
But what my point about that is, why did they stop?
Yeah.
It's a genius idea.
Was
Would you
it-
not want to go to a restaurant where they had baboons serving?
No, I'll tell you what
Depends on
happened.
few.
It might have been like the Planet of the Apes, and they sort of rebelled. One of them could talk. One of them could take his order. And one day went, do you want fries with that? And the bloke got really annoyed and said to answer him back. And then there was some sort of rebellion.
Right.
Yeah. The Planet of the Apes isn't true, is it?
It's not.
a film.
It's not a documentary.
Right. Okay.
I wonder, because what I like the idea of having baboons is the fact that I reckon they're like I have difficulty, and I'm sure you do, Carl, like working out that sort of 10%, on a bill.
Yeah.
I reckon baboons would find that particularly hard. I reckon you could get away with under-tipping them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not leaving enough and just legging it. Exactly.
They go away and you go, sucker.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'd love to see some baboon restaurants. If there's
Yeah.
any restaurateurs out there, so tell
Could
us,
I
or someone.
if you do go to a restaurant and you're waiting on those, please don't order the banana daiquiri because it comes half eaten. They can't help their little selves. They really can't. They're okay with beef and steak and chips and all that. But there's a little bit. I go, do you want?
Can you imagine that? The baboons serving at waiting tables. It's genius. Just stop to think about that. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
It's absolutely dynamite.
yeah. That's a
See,
good
zoos
fact.
would be a lot more popular if that was like the canteen and you could go
If
and
they were
sit.
serving tickets to two. Yeah,
Exactly.
one child row. Okay, go through there.
But I
Okay.
think they should do other things, like in the Flintstones, they used to mix cement in that bird's kind of beak.
Pelican. Yeah, yeah.
We should start doing that again. Because that also happened in ancient times.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the Flintstones.
Yeah, before they had proper cement mixers, that's what they did.
That was how they did it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Just animal facts. I remembered one in the week.
Go on.
There was, do you know them two gay American men who have tigers?
Well, they're not necessarily gay.
They're not.
are they?
No one actually knows if they are gay or not.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
okay.
Gilbert and George, is it? No, that's those artists. What are
Yeah.
they called? Siegfried and Roy.
But
Yeah.
anyway, they
Who may or may not be gay.
Yeah. And if they are, so what?
And if they are, so what? But if they're not, and they
no,
don't.
I just said that so you knew I was talking about. 'cause
Sure.
Okay, the two gay ones.
Those
Yeah,
are
go
the
on.
Two possibly gay
Tigers.
guys.
Yeah, let's not worry about libel law anymore. Then, or yeah,
if you
go on.
shave a tiger's head,
Whoa. Right, okay. You've got to treat that sentence with a lot more reverence than you did. Think what you're saying. If you shave a tiger's head.
not just its head, its whole body. If
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
So I thought you were getting weird. Go on then. Yeah, if you shave a tiger, yeah, go on.
it's still stripy underneath. The
Yeah.
skin's
Is it like rock?
It goes all,
Is it like all the way through?
Yeah.
Yeah,
is.
that's amazing.
Where did you hear that one?
I remembered that. Like, I was
Was
watching.
that a drunk just shouting it in the street?
I shaved a tiger and it's still stripy. Get out of here. Yeah.
I must make a note of that, thanks, Carl.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Well, you know a polar bear? Polar bear's skin is actually black, and its fur is transparent, not white, and it gives the illusion. So it gets all the radiation possible from the sun, but it's still camouflaged.
I didn't understand that, Rick. Sorry, you lost me. If its skin's black,
a polar
and
bear's
its
skin is
and its
black.
fur is translucent,
And its fur is translucent.
so why is it white when we see
Well,
it?
it's just because the light hits it, and
The sun reflects on it?
yeah, and it makes it look white. Yeah, so if you look at each individual hair, it's actually translucent.
So at
Its
night
hair.
it would be black.
Well, everything is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, not bright stuff, Rick. You've embarrassed yourself. Play a record. Oh, I know all about animals and stuff. Do you, Rick?
P-O-D. Bit of pod there. Alive. That's grown on me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It rocks. I mean, we've got to give it that.
I will certainly give it that, Rick.
Yeah, XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant. So more from the facts and trivia book, edited, as I say, by Sir Isaac Asimov. So not
Sure.
just overheard on the tube or
Yeah.
by a drunk.
Well, he might have overheard him on a tube by a drunk and just put him in a book.
Yes. Listen to the whole fact here before you make any judgments.
Okay.
Sauerkraut was renamed Liberty Cabbage by Americans during World War I.
Sure.
In their denunciation of all things German, some Americans actually kicked Datsuns.
And the little dogs?
Yeah. Little German dogs, just give them a kicking. Because they were German. Or they were derived from Germany. I don't know if they got to like a small sort of French village and just said, bring out your Dachshunds. Why, what are you going to do to them? Nothing. Give them a little bit of food or something. You're not going to kick them, are you?
Got
No,
some milk.
'cause I've heard about you Americans.
No, just bring out that little sausage dog. You say it aggressively.
You said that aggressively, like...
Well,
you-
no, bring out the little sausage dog. Okay.
Well, you're not going to hurt it though.
Of
'cause
course I'm not.
if you hurt it now, it's like, it's against the Geneva Convention and
I'm not going
everything.
to kick it.
Well, I didn't even bring up kicking. I didn't even mention kicking, so why have you done that?
I
That's...
don't know.
Well, I haven't got a Datsun.
Oh,
Sacre bleu.
yeah. Sorry.
That thing down my trousers is just a baguette.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Carl? Do you remember that?
Dynamite fact. A dynamite
Baguettes
fact.
were invented by Napoleon so he could carry him down his leg.
We just find there's one more here that I thought might, I know that there's a lot of those kind of amusing laws and stuff, antiquated laws and that on the web
Yeah.
and things, but again, it's Asimov. I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
true. City Ordinance number 352 in Pacific Grove, California, makes it a misdemeanor to kill or threaten a butterfly.
Threaten!
Yeah, you can't even threaten a butterfly.
So if it goes,
Don't even look at it aggressively.
yeah, butterfly comes down, I go, what are you looking at? I go, nothing.
Yeah.
And he goes, Judge! What?
Yeah.
Bloke looking at me with a net.
I wasn't doing anything, was
You
I?
know what, I'm fishing.
But see, the thing about that is, a lot of the kind of, sort of the wilder butterflies from the wrong side of the tracks, they're just going to take advantage of it. They're going to cruise around, they're going to be playing loud music,
Yeah.
abusing old people.
Yeah.
They're untouchable.
And they're gonna go, have you got a problem with that?
Exactly, you go,
And
no,
you're gonna go, no,
no, it's fine, go about your business.
no,
Butterflies there, Rick, in California, running amok.
yeah,
Should repeat it.
yeah.
No, there's another one that I think you'll be a fan of. It might take me a while to find it, maybe we should play a track.
Oh wow, that takes us nicely. That's a lovely link. That thing about you said about playing a track.
Keep going.
This is Song for the Lovers, and I've chosen a great track here, by Lloyd Cole, oft forgotten, but a great singer-songwriter, and this is one of his, best songs, I think. In fact, I think Sandy Shaw covered it in the mid-80s when she had a little bit of that resurgence. It's, Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? And it's, Song for the Lovers, lovely tune. Enjoy. Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? Actually, Lloyd Cole with his Commotions. That was done with, and, I love it.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Facts and trivia, the last one, Rick.
Go on.
This is a sobering lesson for us all.
Go on.
At the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo in 1901,
Yeah.
President William McKinley received a line of citizens, shaking hands with each. In the line was a man with a handkerchief covering one hand. Neither of the two Secret Service men guarding the president was curious enough to take a look at what might be under the handkerchief in the hand of the man. Leon Golzgolz, an anarchist. What he had was a loaded revolver, and when the president thrust his right hand out for the shake, Zolgozd fired twice. McKinley died a week later.
So, what he did there, it was outwit the might of presumably the FBI or the
Yep.
Secret Service by covering the gun with a handkerchief.
Clever.
That's brilliant.
It's absolute genius.
Just think how they had to explain that. And they go, how did he get close enough and shoot the president? And they go, we didn't see the gun. Why? Covered it with a hanky, did he? Oh, well, you're not to blame then. Exactly, we can't compete with that sort of, didn't you think to look under the hanky?
No.
No, probably just thought it was a hand. Of course,
Right.
because that's where the hand would be. Did you not think he was probably holding a gun or something? Didn't do that. We didn't train. We didn't do hiding it with a hanky, did we? Oh, if you didn't do it, then it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. But he lived, did he, for a week?
The president lived with it for a week, yeah.
That's because they had to go to him and they're probably shuffling around his bed going, sorry about that. Why didn't you look? I had a hanky, did he? Oh, well, they're now in jail. Well, they were. Go on. Well, when we went into the jail to give him some bread and water, he had a hanky over his hand.
Right, yeah.
We thought nothing of it.
Sure.
And a gun? Yeah. It's a gun and he got out. See? Do you remember the gun? Yeah. That's terrible, isn't
It's
it?
pathetic. No one's used that method since. I know. Because it was effective there, but you don't hear about that now.
No.
People using all kinds of elaborate methods to
Yeah.
assassinate people, poisoning their wine.
Yeah.
I think that was Rasputin. As I recall, they put some poison into his wine.
Well, they
I didn't study it in history class, that's my memory of
But
it
if
from...
only listened to Carl last week, chink the glasses.
Always drink the
That
glasses.
shows that they used to test it, didn't they? Pour a little bit from yours into mine. That means I'm not poisoning you.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking of murdering someone,
Just
a dignitary...
with a gun.
Yeah, but let's
Pop
say...
a hanky over it.
Just think about that.
Just pop a
handkerchief.
hanky over it.
Oh, I don't know, pop it inside an oven glove. And just wear that as you go to shake their hands.
Or sooty.
Or one of those big gladiator-style pointing
Yeah.
foam hands they used to have on gladiators.
Yeah.
That'd be genius.
Yeah.
I'm just using this because I love the
No
president.
gun in there, is there? No.
It's just a big finger.
Check if you want.
Yeah.
Well, no, we won't then if you said check. Right? That's
Oh,
unlucky.
have I ever told you my method, Carl, my genius method of assassinating someone? This is brilliant. This is the ultimate crime.
Oh,
Is this the Ice Cube one?
Have I told it to you before?
No, but I know that.
What's
that
the
the
Ice
one?
Cube one?
When you
shoot an ice bullet.
you get someone round.
Rick, don't say it, don't reveal it, because it's my story to tell.
Oh,
Blabbing
there's
it out.
two. I know two of them.
Well, listen, let me tell you it and see if this is the one, right? This is genius. Right, you rent a room across the street from the person you want to kill, right? And then when their window's open one day, right, what you've done is you've made an arrow from ice, Okay, and then what you do is you train like to become a brilliant marksman with a bow and arrow.
It's an old one.
It is brilliant, but this is why it's classic. And then you shoot them with the arrow, it goes across the street, into their heart, kills them instantly, but what's brilliant is, the arrow, the murder weapon, it then melts, dries out, there's no murder weapon. And then you can take apart the bow.
Another one, Steve, is to stab them, then take it out and walk away. Same, no murder weapon.
No, but but you've got to get into the building, this is the point, you're across the street. Right. The only thing that could get you is if someone saw you shooting an arrow out the window.
What about an arrow on a string?
Arrow on a string? What are you talking about? No, not an arrow on a string, because that's not going to work. What if the string broke as you were trying to loot?
Good point.
No, Rick,
the ice arrow is the only way. The ice arrow is the only perfect method of assassination.
That was on Columbo.
Was it?
But there's another one. Do you know, like I was saying about the
murder weapon's irrelevant, Steve.
What?
The fact that it's a murder weapon, that is irrelevant.
No, because there are fingerprints on it and stuff.
You're having an laugh, Rick. I defy you to win.
There's no fingerprints on a bullet when it goes through your head at 12,000 miles an hour.
They can trace it to the same gun, can't they? They can figure that out.
Throw the gun away!
No, but they'll find the gun. They always find the gun.
Burn it!
No, you can't burn a gun. Rick, my point is...
Melt it.
No, the point is his fingerprints and stuff.
Well, no, wipe it.
Rick, you never try and kill someone.
Wear gloves.
They'll catch up with you.
They'll always catch up with you.
Will they? Oh, I won't then.
The ice arrow is the only way.
No,
the ice arrow.
I bet that was the one case that Columbo didn't solve.
That's one of them. The other one is, do you know I was saying the other week about the drinks and you chink your glasses and stuff?
Yeah.
A way around that, put the poison in the ice cube. You quickly have a swig before it's melted. And they'll go, that's alright, I can drink that, it's not dangerous. Just say, oh, I'm gonna show you some pictures or something. Let the ice cube melt, the poison goes in the drink, you say, oh, knock that back.
Yeah.
You look thirsty. They'll have it. They'll die.
Genius.
That is good.
Carl, you and I, man, we're like criminal masterminds.
Yeah. What happens when they find the poison in the body and go, well, he was at Carl's house drinking, it might have been...
You'd have legged it.
Oh, yeah.
He'd have been off with his missus and like £30,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
So that's perfect as well, is it?
That is the perfect crime,
so
Rick.
it's odd one. Are all perfect crimes to do with ice?
Pretty much.
Roots, manoeuvre, witness. We were talking earlier about people who use Americanisms like they've used it all their life, and it's our pet hate, isn't it? Really, like just people who say, "I was DJ," going, "I look, the risk of sounding a little bit, butt licky."
Butt licky.
What's that?
Never heard that.
Butt. Don't say butt.
Yeah. I heard someone say he was on my ass.
Oh.
He was on my ass.
Yeah.
I've never... What? I'll tell you what almost annoys me almost as much as that. There's a guy I used to know who'd pretend, and this guy was like, he'd never done anything wrong in his life. He had no street cred whatsoever. And I was driving along with him once, back from somewhere, and a police car just pulled out and was just following us along the road, because police cars sometimes do. Not following us, just happened to be driving in the same direction. And he went, hey, up the pigs, watch it. like what? I'm supposed to think, what, you've done some crime?
Yeah.
You're part of Grand Theft Auto 3, and I better be careful, because you've got some knocked out, off gear in the back.
Yeah.
You'll watch it's the bloody pigs.
Or a dead...
Just play it cool,
a made man that you've just killed in the boot.
Nonsense, and I'm just so annoyed with that kind of pretending to have street cred.
I know, just I remember once, right, an American came to our school, we were all about 13 or 14, and he was like, you had to be his friend. And it was like people vying for his attention, because he was sort of like this cool American bloke, right? And, he was like good at sports, straight, he's always, it's just great. And, I remember someone saying like tube, a toothpaste, and he laughed, said tube. I went, well, what is it? They said, it's tube. Right? And people go, no, it's tube, right? And it's tube, right? And I went, I say tube. He went, and they sort of looked at me, and they just thought, you liar. I just went, no, I say, let me think, no, I say tube. Oh.
When you're a kid, like, any American you ever meet is the coolest thing. It doesn't matter if it's a huge, fat bloke wearing Bermuda shorts and a camera on his neck, it's cool, because they speak with an American accent.
Well, that is cool.
And they say...
Being a huge fat bloke in Bermuda shorts is cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what you keep telling yourself.
Yeah.
I'm growing into that look, says Rick. 41.
The Canadian tourist look.
Absolutely. But no, so anything, sidewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could say, like when I was sort of 14, if I could have said sidewalk, fender, I always wanted to go into a sandwich shop and just order something on rye.
I want to be one of those 80-year-old, sort of Yiddish blokes, those, sort of like old vaudeville Jewish guys, that, they sit in diners and talk, like Walter Matthau talks.
Right,
I wanna grow into that, a long coat, and I go, ish.
Oy vey.
Yeah, maybe I'll start.
Yeah. Well, convert to Judaism initially,
Yeah.
be your first port of call, and then just tour the vaudevillian, circuit
Yeah.
in the Catskills.
What
of
am I,
America.
some kind of schmuck?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What do you, Carl? Would you like to be American?
No, not at all.
Really?
Got me nerves. When I was in,
Get on my nerves!
Well,
Being
A whole
American.
nation there. reduced.
when I was in Barbados at Christmas,
Oh, name dropping.
right?
Yeah.
There's loads of them there, because that's...
Was that when you were doing a bit of extra sort of waiting? Was that you were sort of your girlfriend was cleaning rooms, wasn't she?
Went there for Christmas, and there's loads of them there, because that's like really close to America. That's like Blackpool is to Manchester type.
It's
thing.
exactly like that.
Yep.
So it's
I think that's the analogy a lot of Americans use.
so.
But I think they call it the tropical Blackpool.
But they were going on.
That's only all the brochures, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And serious now, but
Yeah,
we were going
serious.
on about the September 11th thing.
Yeah.
But they call it the, of course, this is American. Of course,
Brilliant.
the 9/11.
The 9/11.
That's what they call it.
Really? Oh, that's awful. That is, so it's like people who say 24/7.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm working
Americans
my
say
ass
that.
off 24/7.
Well, Americans that say
Yeah.
that. Well, they're allowed though.
Oh, Americans are.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an English person who might say it.
Yeah.
Fool. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Do that American accent again?
Yeah, of course, the 9/11.
Where
Yeah.
are you from?
What? Can we
Which part of America is that?
That's how they sounded in Barbados.
Sure.
Sure. But
Can you
Carl,
do any other impression?
but Carl doesn't, I very much doubt that Carl likes newfangled countries like America.
Yeah.
He doesn't like London.
No, true.
So he's not gonna
Have you been
like,
to America?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Went to Florida. No, they got me again.
Got on your nerves?
Yeah. Went for some food.
yeah.
And it was the last few days. I didn't take much money with me, and we were in Florida, and we were hungry, and we went for some steak, and we had our dinner and that, and I think it's their equivalent to the Angus Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
And sat down, had the steak, and that's huge, big portions. But anyway, we didn't have much money left, and we had like another 2 days left, so we didn't leave. We didn't have much money for a tip. Do you know over there they expect it?
Yeah, a big tip, yeah.
So we left what we could, and I don't know what it was. It might have only been the equivalent to 60 pence.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do that much. We didn't have loads of courses because we didn't have much money. So he brought us like the main course and I don't know, a couple of Diet Cokes. And anyway, left them the 60p
Yeah.
on the way out, and he comes running over. Excuse me, sir, you can have this back because it wasn't enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's outrageous.
What did you say?
I said, all right then. 'Cause I didn't have- well, I needed it. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
it was nice to leave them something, but obviously it wasn't enough, so he got us a couple of more.
Is it good fun with you on holiday? I mean, do you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Do people go with you on holiday?
I get bored after about 4 days.
You surprise me.
And then what do you expect out of a holiday, Carl? What do you go
Sort
for?
of soak up some of the culture.
Yeah.
You liar. You liar.
What did you learn about Barbados while you were there?
A lot of crabs on the beach.
Ah! I just imagine him sitting there with his knotted hanky on his head. I like that.
Not bad.
Bit of Gary Newman there. That's Richard X and Sugar Babes. Are Freaks Electric.
Is that one of those things where they've taken one song and they've laid it over the top of the other?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's good, no?
No, it's good.
I like that. Good.
Yeah, it's classy.
Yeah, well, we're nearly done, aren't we?
We are almost finished,
Which
which is a
a couple
shame.
of great tracks.
With a few
maybe-
laughs.
Maybe we've had a few laughs, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I've perked up.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
You've
no,
lost it
I-
here
I-
a bit though. You feel a bit. It sounds like you're a bit down again.
Well, it's, that's just 2 hours work in
Okay.
one long
Sure.
stretch.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do a 3 hour show now.
No.
No?
No.
Skin of the teeth sort of just...
Yeah, we barely got away with this.
Really?
This is beginning to fall apart now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
But yeah,
it's
we've
been
had a good
fun,
time.
though.
We've had a few laughs, as I say.
I just think of Carl on the beach. He said he started winding the crabs up because he got bored.
Mm.
He started throwing sand at them. It's like a child's experiment.
When you were in California, you weren't aggravating butterflies, were you? Because that's a misdemeanor.
Scary though. The weather's really freaky
Where
in California.
is it?
Yeah. In the day it's dead nice. Come 6 o'clock it goes black, and then
Right.
the rain comes down. It's freaky.
Is that every single day, Carl, or was that just the week you were there?
Every day I was there for about a week. It happened every day.
So as far as you're concerned, that happens all year round.
Yeah, good thing.
So what you're saying is if people are booking a holiday, they should be conscious of this, because it will always happen.
Californian
Oh,
tour.
That's
I think
fact.
it does. I think it does.
But why did you start throwing sand at crabs, by the way?
Just because you get bored on the beach, you sat there, you look around, and then I saw these crabs and I was watching the way they move around and
Yeah,
what they
funny,
do,
innit?
sort of to.
Did that annoy you, the way they moved?
No, I mean it works for them,
Good of you.
but it was just what I was weighing up is they're
Yeah.
quite close to the sea, so I
Sure.
was watching the sea come.
They like it close to sea, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't like it too close.
No.
So like the sea was coming close to them, they'd run towards me.
Yeah.
So as the sea came in to them, I was chucking sand the other way, and it was like, ooh,
They didn't know what to do.
they didn't know where to go.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did that keep you occupied for?
The last 3 days I was there. maybe.
Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've described this before, do you remember a classic Paul Daniels episode where Paul is having tea with some baboons, I think? Chimps, full circle. And he's got a little box, and inside the box is a mirror. And he gives it to the chimp, and it looks in the box, and it's confused by its own reflection. It can't figure it out. So it's looking behind the box, trying to figure out, is there another monkey behind it?
Yeah.
It goes on like that. It's dazed and confused. It was there for weeks, just staring into it. I imagine you're a bit like that on the beach with the
Yeah,
crabs.
that's great.
I think that's my analogy.
Paul
Paul Daniels chimps.
Yeah. I kept a crab once for a week. When we went to Bognor, it was me, my mum and my nan in an...
Oh, party time. Oh, man alive.
Look, you
I bet
haven't
the fun never
lived. You
stopped.
haven't lived until you've woken up to the sound at 3 o'clock in the morning of your nan having a wee in a tin bucket and it echoing round a caravan.
Man alive.
Yeah, I was about 9.
You'd brought a chick back.
I was about 9, right? And I just kept a crab in a first day I
In the
found it-
bucket?
In a. I don't know where it came from. No, I found it on the beach and I brought it back and I kept it in a little bowl in the sink. And then the last day, it started to smell a bit. And then the last day, my mum said, go and put it back. And I went and put it back. So I had a pet crab for a week.
And did it die? What happened to it?
No, it just got bored.
Sure.
It didn't do a lot.
Did it start throwing sand at you? Oh. Listen, I think we better play some music because we've got a few songs to squeeze in. I just wanted to play a track. I was watching MTV the other day and I was a bit confused.
Yeah, so was I like that.
Because I saw a video for the Electric Soft Parade's Silent to the Dark,
Yeah.
but it was called Silent to the Dark 2, but it was the same song. It sounds like they've redone it. The video is different to the old video. I was very confused. Hopefully someone will phone in and solve it for me. Anyway, this is the original Silent to the Dark. Still a good track. Let's hear it, Carl. Silent to the Dark, the debut single by the Electric Soft Parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good choice there.
Apparently discovered by XFM, is that right, Carl?
Yeah, sent a tape into Claire Sturgis.
You see?
Big time now.
What did she do with it? And sold it.
Yeah,
Got a little £5 starter bag of Skag.
exactly. Oh,
And the
bless
rest
her.
is history. Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I have.
But can I just say, we don't just muck around and do stupid things and play great music. We're also informative. And
We
I'm
are.
going to leave London with this tip that Carl, for no reason, just told me. Do you want to do it, Carl, or shall I tell him what you just said?
We haven't got much time, you better explain it.
Yeah,
Okay. He said, you've been on the Millennium Wheel? I went, no. He went, well, if you do, here's a tip. Go when there's lots of disabled people on there. And I was up for it. I went, why? He went, you get more for your money. Because they have to keep stopping and letting them off. You get an extra 6 minutes. Alright?
Good, solid advice if you're
So
maybe
do
gonna
that
go there
then.
today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Song for the ladies, Rick. I'll leave you with Lamb Chop. A lot of people aren't a fan of Lamb Chop for some reason. They don't like the way he sings, but this is a beautiful song.
That's the reason.
Up with people. See ya.
Bye.